I call this debate to order. Unresolved. A college education is no longer worth it.
In my experience with the education system, I think that it's not quite meeting the two goals that I think we've got for it. We've got the broad liberal arts education, just making sure that people have the foundations to keep learning anything they want to learn. And then we've got the specialized skills for doing very advanced technical work.
I spent my entire career in higher education administration. I saw in real life how education can indeed be the engine of social mobility. I think of Trey. He spoke often about how difficult it was to grow up in the hood, as he described it, in a single parent home with desires to go to college. But he did. Today, less than 10 years after he graduated, he is managing the ground operations at Denver International Airport. Demetria was raised by her grandmother. Because her father was in and out of prison, mother had addiction issues. She was able to attend and graduated my institution and became a high school math teacher. I do not need to see their paychecks to know that their college education was indeed worth it.
I grew up in a military family of seven. I graduated high school and completed various community college courses. I started my own business in the trades at 18. Student debt, cost of tuition, and living expenses can negate benefits. One quarter of college graduates end up with low-paying jobs. Alternative paths, vocational schools, and skilled trades can provide up to six figures in incomes and beyond. Demand for skilled trade labor, along with the wages and pay, are on the rise.
I was a first generation student. I found from my experience at college a level of personal growth I didn't know I needed. I didn't have a particular path forward. I didn't know exactly what I would do, but it was fertile ground for me to explore, and that was worth a lot to me.
My parents were Harvard or bust. My sister went to Harvard. I failed and went to Tufts. But my husband dropped out of community college, and you can guess which of us is making more money. He's a contractor, and he is by far the breadwinner.
I'm wondering whether the speaker thinks that the problem is that college isn't worth it, or the problem is we are grossly underpaying people like early childhood educators.
I would absolutely agree that teachers across the board should be making far more than they are, and other folks should be making far less.
I'm a true believer in the value of education. I went to college in India, and it was a very much skills-based curriculum. And when I came to the US, it was really a very different experience to see the liberal arts education.
I was wondering if the speaker would be willing to clarify, having experienced both like skills-based and a liberal arts style of college education, do they believe one is more valuable than the other, or do they believe it kind of depends on the student?
I strongly believe in the liberal arts education because I had a very narrowly focused college education, and I picked up a lot of other things by myself.
I was the first person in my family to get a university degree, like some of the other people. So I got degrees in psychology and bacteriology, and I ended up working in tech at Apple Computer. Here's my bottom line. Don't believe the conventional wisdom and be flexible. The idea that everybody should go to college was actually based on statistics, that people who went to college made more money. Hey, guess what? Did it ever occur to anybody that the people who went to college would have made more money anyway because they were smarter and more driven?
Formal education matters. Formal education not only teaches you its subject matter, but it teaches you how to learn. It is going to teach you skills of precision, of orderliness, that you can then take into life and into your profession.
I really just enjoyed the variety of perspectives. People who did go to college, didn't go to college, have kids, don't have kids, went into technical work, didn't go into technical work. People who worked for colleges, I'd never gotten to hear like those perspectives before. So really appreciated that.
Many speakers sort of put flesh on the bones of the statistics that I read. I really appreciated sort of the the texture of people's experience that helps make sense of all the statistics I read about the kind of values that education has and doesn't have for people.